right, guys, I'm reading in the chat, and Jason Kreider is saying, "Here's Lonnie." So here I am, and I'm a few minutes late. I apologize. This show is just a pain in the butt to prep for because I've got so much stuff going on, and OBS is a little confusing. Uh, I'm glad y'all could join me today live, and if you're watching later, I'm glad you're watching later too. Uh, Let me say hello in the chat real quick. Jason Kreider, well, there was some other people in there first, I think, but Jason Kreider's there up top. Becky O'Hara is listing right now, so stay listing, Becky. I'll try and describe everything so you don't have to look at the screen. YDTS, which is Your Daddy's Toy Store Reselling Solutions, is here. My good friend Cincinnati Picker John is here. Krillin 876 is here, and Rebel Scum is here. Hello, my video gaming friend there. Win by Doing is here also. And guys, tell me in the chat just to make sure, can you hear me okay? And can you see my video okay? And you should be able to see the screen there, and then the chat over there, and then me down in the corner. And I might be reversed because sometimes it reverses the camera angle thing. Maggie Doodle's here. Brian Oakbrook Picker's here. Yellow Rose Reseller, first timer. Welcome, Yellow Rose Reseller. I hope you like it. I hope you come back and watch later. Positive Vibes is here, and they really do give me positive vibes. Every time they comment or chat or anything, it is all positive. Gerardo is here also. So guys, let me get started. I want to talk about a few like housekeeping items first. First of all, we got to mention the reseller rally, and we're looking at the mugs of all of the organizers slash presenters for the reseller rally. You'll see Joe and Nicole State. You see Chad and Kim Pagel. You see Ronnie and Gretchen Hart. And then here is Deb. Deb starts with a G, last name, Goitis. I think I'm saying that right. Deb is from Pinching Pesos. I just watched her live show not too long before I went on. She does the reseller stew with Tanya and Yvonne, and I think April. They do the show. And then, of course, here is the Craigslist hunter, Pete. And there's my boy Swamp Picker in the chat, too. Hello, Swamp. He is going to this reseller rally with me. He's riding that. It's going to be me and Swamp and my wife in this car for a little over 13 hours. So, the housekeeping that I need to take care of. We are giving away, see this lady right here? That's my new friend, Deb. She contacted me, wanted me to give away her giveaway ticket to the reseller rally. And I actually announced the giveaway. Let me tab over in this show right here, which was the inaugural episode of the reseller six pack. So if you want to know how you can win a ticket to the reseller rally, and you have the a place to stay, and you'll have to provide, you'll have to get there, you'll have to have a place to stay when you get there. You can get like some good room rates. All that information is under this video that's on the screen right now. If you just go to resellerrally.com, you can get that info. But what you can win is a ticket. And I think the tickets were $120, but you can't even buy one now because they're sold out. So this is your chance, guys, to win a ticket to the rally. And I could tell you that if you haven't already entered and you can go, you should go ahead and enter because you've got a really good shot at winning. I think there's maybe 15 entries right now. So, the expected value of your entry would be at this point about $8, 120 divided by 15. So that's a pretty good deal. So go check out this video and watch the whole show too if you haven't seen it already, and then enter if you want to go. So that is that. And let me see, do I have anything else? Oh, okay. And here's Deb's channel, and I put a link to Deb's channel down below. I think in this video, I think I remembered to do that. So Pinching Pesos. I haven't really watched her a lot in the past. I haven't really watched her channel a lot in the past, and I've started to kind of branch out and connect. And she reached out to me, so I watched the stew, the reseller stew, I believe is the name of the show. It's a really fun show. I think I kind of always assumed they talked just about clothing there, and to be honest, it's not all clothing. It's a lot of hard goods. As a matter of fact, I think Deb deals in mostly hard goods. So, yeah, fun show, guys. I really enjoyed it, and the chat is pretty fun too. That's always like the most important part for me when I watch a live show. If the live chat is good, then that's really what I enjoy. To tell you the truth, I like the shows too. But I see Idaho Hillbilly in the chat. I'm about to order another knife, but guys, I use my little Idaho Hillbilly handmade knife, and he said I'll get $1 every time I do this. So here's my Idaho Hillbilly little, I can't remember what you call this, Idaho, but guys, I use this every single day at least once, and it's just got the most awesome handmade handle, hand forged blade, and it feels so smooth and it feels alive because somebody made it and I know who made it. So it's awesome though. I mean, like, it slices through stuff like this like butter. So this was kind of a weird thing here. This is a video game that I sold. Hold it up here. This is a video game thing that I sold. I can't remember what game it was. Last week, I think. And I shipped it out, and a couple of days later, it's Donkey Kong Country for SNES. I shipped it out, and a couple of days later, the guy tells me, hey, you shipped that to my old address. I'm going to need a refund or something like that. And I'm like, okay, dude, I shipped it to your PayPal address. There's nothing else I can really do. So he opened the case, and I put in the tracking number, and I called eBay, and they closed the case immediately. And then I got a message like the next day that they closed the case in my favor, but then they also, from their own pockets, not mine, gave the guy his money back. So he was made whole. I mean, he was at fault, but I get it. You know, they want to have like buyer retention or whatever. It was only 20 something bucks. So maybe they felt like it was worth it. So today, this game actually comes back to me, and case is closed. So let me know in the chat, and let me know in the comments later, like ethically speaking, you know, these kind of spots are interesting for me because the case is closed, all the monies are sorted out, but now I'm holding the game. Ethically, what do you do? What do you do? Do you call eBay and say, hey, eBay, I want to give you your money back? Do you just say screw it and throw it up for sale again? I mean, I'm kind of leaning towards just put it up for sale and, you know, that's all water under the bridge and move on, because I've been on the short end of the stick before too. So what do you guys think? You know, I always like those ethical type questions. Consider myself a fairly ethical person, but I don't like to go overboard either. Let me dip into the chat real quick. Oh, Miami Reseller just got here. Wow, the chat is moving really, really fast. Coney Hatch says, Lonnie, if you're driving, there is more on 34 garage sale, which runs on Route 34 from Galesburg, Illinois to Aurora. Might be worth your time if you can work it in. You know, I've gotten like several recommendations, and we are going to leave early. Early in the, like, I think we're going to leave like fairly early Thursday afternoon, Glenn. We haven't really talked about it, but we definitely want to do some picking on the way there and stop at like thrift stores and junk shops or whatever all the way up there. Me and my wife like doing it anyway, and I know Glenn loves it, so definitely going to do that. Idaho Hillbilly is in here. Nick and Andrea Hills are here. Hey, Nick. Rally sounds great. Sorry, I am on this side of the pond. You know what, dude? One day we are going to meet in person. I don't know if it's going to be me going over there or you coming over here, but I know it's going to happen. Let's see who else we got in here. Everything is a go when by doing says. I guess they're referring to audio and video. Excellent. I think I covered all the little pre-show stuff I want to do. Oh, one more thing. We are doing, since Swamp is in here, I don't know if Mike is in here or not. We are doing a Cajun Pickers on Thursday. That is when the ticket will actually be given away. So if you're entered into that drawing, you'll want to catch either that show live or catch the recorded version to find out if you won. And to catch the show. The show is pretty fun, I think. I like it anyway. I enjoy it. Krillin says, Lonnie, you have to hit at least one Goodwill outlet. Ugh. Ugh. I guess we will, because I mean, I don't have one within, a couple of hours drive from me. So I guess we will have to check it out. Shelf Salt is in here also. I guess we're going to get a pretty good, UK crowd coming on this time of day. Oh, look, we've got 33. It looks like peak concurrent, so that's awesome. Let's get started with some sales. This is everything, guys, that I've sold from last Monday till about an hour ago. So let me go ahead and get started here. Okay, and I'll tell you guys, this past weekend, things really started crawling for me sales-wise. Don't know what's up. Don't know if it's the fact I haven't been listing quite as much as I should have, or if there's some issue with eBay, or it's just coincidence, or what. I'm not a big-time conspiracy theorist, so I'm just going to keep on listing and assume it'll sort itself out. So here is Rayman Legends, sold for $13.99 plus shipping. I have also moved, guys, towards doing free shipping. I'm going to try it out for a little while. I'm going to do free shipping mostly in situations where the shipping is predictable. So like if it's first class or if it's some kind of flat rate type thing, then I'm going to start doing free shipping on it and see how that works out. And Krillin and the Crazy Car both say the bins are addicting. So we'll see. So guys, I showed this in my last haul. I showed this NVIDIA Quadro. I had 5 of these cards. And I told y'all in that haul video that I actually checked these cards out to make sure they were the right ones. I didn't look quite close enough. I sold one of these cards for $100 last week. And when I was packing it up, I looked at the side and it was supposed to say K620, but it said K600. I did some more investigation and it was correct. They were all 5 of them K600s. So they weren't worth $100. They were worth more around the $80 level, which is still really good. But the problem was I had to cancel that sale and refund the $100. But luckily, as soon as I listed all 5 cards, I would say within 2 days, I got them all sold. Krillin's saying, Lonnie, have you been keeping up with your 15 to 20 listings added per day? I haven't. I did, Krillin, I did like 20 something yesterday, but it was hats. And those are super duper easy. In general, though, no, I have not. I've been pretty bad. And I'll tell you, YouTube and social media has just been kicking my butt. Like, I keep trying to pull back from YouTube and social media, and it just keeps on sucking me in. Like, a couple of weeks ago, I was like, okay, I'm going to scale back on YouTube. And the next thing I know, I'm coming up with an idea for a new show, the Reseller 6-pack. So I don't know what my deal is, but I have to figure it out because it's costing money. So I sold this one, and I sold all 4 of the other ones. So 5 cards total to the same people. They bought them all. And I have some fighting cats here, guys. Sorry. This is some Mary Kay. I don't have a whole ton of it left. I always get sad when I go pull these orders out because it's like all fitting in one large priority box now. And it used to be just cases of stuff. So I made real good money on it, but it's sad when it's gone. There's another one of those cards. And those cards I sold, total was about, I guess, $360. And I only paid, $20-something for all of them. So that was awesome. And I did test each and every one. Another one of the cards. Okay, this is just a Super Mario Bros. And it was disc only, but I just put it in a spare case. That's how I ship these disc only games whenever I have a spare case. Okay, let me answer a question here in the chat. Rebel Scum is saying, shipping question, is international first class easy for all countries it's available for? I do it for Canada, but I'm thinking about adding all the other countries. It is. I've done international first class plenty of times. I I've kind of moved towards, like, I'm selling so many commodity type items, to where it's not, I don't really feel like I have anything that special that I need to sell outside the United States, specifically. Sometimes I do, like if, something really unique. I kind of switched to using global shipping program just because it covers your ass a lot more. Internet now on the other hand, you can increase your odds of selling something because the international first class is a lot cheaper. So I mean, you kind of got to weigh like your tolerance for risk, and how likely it is for you to sell domestically anyway, and all that. I mean, there's all those factors. You got to figure it out for yourself. But yeah, international first class is easy. You can't print it from your phone. I think you got to print it from a computer, and then the little customs declaration is printed out for you at the same time. You just got to sign that and date it, and that's it. Other than that, it's just like a domestic shipment. So 10K on the Bay is here. Hello. Thrifty Treasures, Tanya's here. She's a member of the Six Pack, the one and only brave female member. Go check her channel out too if you haven't before. Jason Kreider just bought a ton of MK stuff too, really cheap. He looked all of his MK stuff up, going to list it in the next few days. Just the foundations will sell for 300. Yeah, the foundations are really good sellers, and each one is not a ton of money. Just be real careful with like matte versus. Some of the ladies in the chat, and maybe some of the guys too, will know what I'm talking about. Matte versus there's some other finish that like is luminous, I think it's called. And then you want to look at the dates. Get in touch with me if you need some help, because there's like they don't put the dates on most of this stuff. It's like a code at the top, and you have to decipher that code. If you Google it, you can find an eBay guide to Mary Kay date codes. So, all right. Good Use Goods. I send stuff internationally all the time. It just always goes out with tracking. That's all. Yeah, I guess you kind of have to, though, right? Jory. That's Jory Good Use Goods. Also in the Six Pack. We actually have a very big Six Pack. It's like 9 people, including myself. So, 10K on the Bay is calling me out, saying who's in the Six Pack. And my goodness, let me go back. And I've gotten some flack before on these kind of videos for not like getting to the point. But if you don't like the kind of rambling, talking kind of videos, I understand. Don't watch this one. Maybe try again later. Maybe I won't have be quite so rambly. But at this point, I'm kind of starting to lean towards doing what I want to do. I think a lot of you guys will like kind of the chit chatty stuff. Some of you might not. I hope you do like it though. So let's see. Here we go. Here is the reseller 6-pack. And if you go to that show and you click show more, it's everybody right here. I have reseller rally info. I've got Pinching Pesos info, my new bestie there. I've got Tanya info, Chad, Jory, Nick Hills, Parrot Head Picker, that's Andy. We got Ronnie. We got John, the Cincinnati Picker. And then we have Dwayne, the only one on the panel that doesn't have a YouTube channel, but he is on live twice a week with Chris Carone, the Walking Picker. And there's YouTube links down below there for each one of those members of the 6-pack. It's 9 people. So, and oh look, Kinetic Energy, the final piece of the Cajun Picker Triumvirate is here. And guys, I can't tilt it over too much, but I promise this is water. I'm not a lush. I drink socially because I'm on YouTube when I drink, but I'm not a lush. This is just tap water. Okay, and Idaho Hillbilly, I'm going to call you out right now because you've got 3 fanboys in the Cajun Pickers crew. I don't know if you have the internet capability over there to actually do a live show. I guess maybe you tether whenever you do, when you use a computer, because I know you use your cell phone. If you have the capability, would you be interested in joining us on the Cajun Picker show sometime? And you don't have to answer now. Just shoot me an email or whatever, because we would love to have you. We are just like starstruck. And go check them out, guys. They're trying to get to 10K subs, and they're about the coolest thing on the internet. Okay, Miss Me jeans, 23 bucks I sold them for, plus shipping. Oh, Idaho Hillbilly says good idea. Can you make it work though? Like, could you do a hangout live from the hills there? I don't know how good your connection is. And look, Treasured Vintage is saying I'm a fangirl of Idaho and Miss Kitty. Miss Kitty, guys, if you watch one of their latest videos, she mixed up this vile looking concoction that she's shipping to Kinetic Energy. And I mean, it looks like really rank slime. I hope that Michael downs it on the air, and I hope he doesn't die, but I think he's probably going to throw up live. So whenever he does this, you need to watch. It's going to probably be can't miss stuff. Okay, so yeah, some Miss Me jeans. I paid, I think, $20 to $30. It's been a while. These didn't sell fast. Here's a defect, I think. It looks like a scratch. Maybe they were jumping a barbed wire fence or something. I don't know. I don't think that's intentional, though. But yeah, I haven't done well with these. It's the first pair I've sold. I've got a couple more. Okay, so this is some Mary Kay stuff. And there again, this is, the multi selection listing, whatever you call that. And it's really nice that I did that with this product because I'm only getting $5 a pop. Some people have ordered multiples at once, and I did, and I encourage you guys to do this whenever you do that kind of thing. If you're doing something that's likely to, get multiple type purchases, you want to do something like I did. Either do free shipping, I guess, or like I said here, first item is free shipping. Each additional item on the same order is only 50 cents more. So you may have to turn off immediate payment option on the listing to do that kind of thing. But keep that in mind whenever you're putting these listings for cheap items together, because it's a lot better to throw, 3, 4, 5 items in at once. Krillin's asking if I'm back on clothes. Man, I dip my toe into the clothes pool, and then it's always a little chilly, and I'll take it back out again. But I keep trying, man. I keep trying, Krillin. You've seen me try, Krillin. You got to give me that much. And Treasure Vintage Angie is saying you need the video when you down that stuff, Michael. Michael, when are you gonna down it, man? Are you gonna down it like on the Cajun Pickers show, or are you gonna do it on your up and coming channel? Because you've been growing pretty good, man. I don't, people are kind of digging your vibe. But either way, man, I'm gonna watch. I hope you do it on the Cajun Picker channel. And dude, I've got a challenge for you, Michael. If you can get Glenn Gillespie, aka Swamp Picker, to drink half of that gets sent to you, I will give you $100. And that's for real. I'm not playing, because I know he won't do it. He would never do that. So these are just some CDs, some meditation type nature sounds combined with music, and picked these up for a couple of bucks. Sold them for $12.99 plus shipping. Some Proactive. This was kind of weird because I know there's salicylic, or however you say it, salicylic acid, I think is how you say it, is, pretty prone to expiring. This stuff expired about 2 years ago, and I was real up front. I put it in the title and in the description, and they still bought it for $12.99 plus shipping. Krillin says, here's a tip. Stay away from women's clothes. If you sneeze, the style changes. Yeah, that's true, man. $12.99 again for some more Proactive. There's another one of those video cards. All 5 went to the same buyer. It was a pretty good day. Miami reseller. Okay, this is interesting. I had no choice but to get into clothes due to the lack of hard goods. It's actually going pretty good, and shipping is a breeze. That's the one thing I love about clothing is typically you can throw it in a what you call poly mailer, and that's about it, right? So that's pretty awesome. I don't have a good photo set up. I don't have mannequins. I'm not good at the flat lay, but I do watch clothing resellers. I follow a lot of clothing resellers on Instagram, so I'm always picking up ideas because they have some really creative ways of photographing and making their stuff stand out. So, I'm picking up brands and stuff like that all the time. So I'm gathering knowledge, but I'm just not like all in right now. So maybe when the winter comes and the other sourcing opportunities dry up, I might start doing a little more clothing, you know, like cruising the thrift stores and stuff. Hard goods are so much fun though for me. This is a PlayStation 2. And guys, some of this stuff I'm not telling you how much I paid because I can't remember. So, sold this for 40 bucks plus the shipping. And yeah, just a controller. And these games are basically worthless games, but it adds value to a bundle, you know. Oh, wait. You only do a teaspoon of the tincture. Okay, so my challenge idea would have actually killed Glenn. So yeah, let's not kill Glenn. Let's not kill Glenn. We'll have to come up with some other idea there because I like Glenn alive and breathing. This is a game I picked up quite a long time ago at what's the name of the store? Dirt Cheap, and paid it was a 90% off item back then. When I say a long time ago, probably a year and a half on this one. Paid $1 something. Never looked it up, and it's pretty bad. It's not a good seller. I got the $10 plus the shipping though. Okay, some more Mary Kay. Thinking of you. So this is interesting, and you might want to, if you're not a video game seller, you might want to take note of this. I bought a Nintendo Wii weekend before last. I think. Yeah, weekend before last. I paid $25 for the Wii. It came with the Wii Sports Resort, 4 of these combos here with the Wii Motion Plus inside Wiimotes, which are way better than the ones that don't have it built in, and then the nunchuck. So it came with 4 of these sets, the Wii, the games, and then it also came with 2 copies of the new Super Mario Bros. Whatever, the red box game. And I started looking at it, and I mean, for Wii stuff, you should really look at splitting everything up. It just sells better because you see, I listed the 4 controllers set separate, $23.99 plus free shipping, and so basically I got about $20 per controller set. They all sold in the same day, so that's $80 just for the controllers. And Idaho Hillbilly says, "Woo, that was a close one." I know we almost killed Glenn. We almost killed Glenn because I know that Michael was going to probably offer Glenn a $50 kickback on the $100 challenge, and then Glenn was going to see that $50 and he might not be able to resist, and then he would have died. So I'm glad that did not happen. New drinking game. Take a drink every time Lonnie says "wee." Yeah. Yeah, well, you're going to drink a lot. You're going to be schnockered, or however you want to say it, if you during this video, if you play that game. So I sold that one. Oh, and a Game Boy. Don't remember what I paid. I don't. And I did not put a video for this one. Oh, wait, I did. I did the new style video, which is the link. And if you want to know how to do that, check out my video. I show you how to do this on a video from maybe 2 weeks ago. So instead of doing the embedded video, you got to do the link video. But just check out my video on doing videos in your listings if you want. This one was pretty good. It sold for the $41.99 plus shipping, and I think I threw in a crappy game, or maybe not. Yeah, it says with game. Yeah, some kind of like NASCAR type game or something. So, and with electronics, if you're not used to it, you always want to show the open battery compartment and show some nice pearly, clean. Not pearly. That doesn't make sense here because it's not white, but you want to show some clean contacts, basically. Yeah, I sold your Game Boy, Michael. But if you want a project Game Boy, I have one right here. It's got some issues, so we could talk later though. Idaho Hillbilly says he would have been as green as that tincture. That stuff looks like, if you guys watched, You Can't Do That on Television back in the 80s, if you're as old as I am, and they would say some word, and then anytime they said that word, this slime would just drop on their heads from up above, and they would get slimed. It looked kind of like that almost. Lonnie, you can put links now. Since when? I don't. Yeah, I mean since they changed the policy. They changed the policy, I think, last month. But you can put links to it. Krillin, I'm going to advise you to go watch that video. It's not. I ramble a little bit, but it's only like 15 minutes. So go check it out. All right, moving on. So this is from that same Wii lot. It's Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort. And John is over there drinking. Rebel Scum says Game Boys with lines in them are an easy fix. This is something a little different, Rebel Scum. You know where it's supposed to be? I'll show you. It's supposed to be Nintendo, if I have batteries in it. Nintendo's supposed to come down. It's just block. And then a lot of times it'll restart and it'll do it again and again and again. So, not really sure what's going on with that. Hey, Parrot Head Picker's in here. He's part of the six-pack. Afternoon, Lonnie and the rest of the reseller gang. Just got home from work. Love the live shows. I love them too. Andy, I'm going to challenge you to do a live show if you can. Because I don't think you did one yesterday. And I was a little disappointed, Andy. So if you could do a live stream, I would appreciate it. So I could come heckle you and learn some stuff. So, Krillin's going, Lonnie, you can't say, I don't know. That's it. You can't do that on television. Then you get slime. That's right. Rebel Scum says it's not reading the game. Yeah, and I've tried. I've cleaned the games. And I have an actual cleaner thing for the Game Boy. I'm not going to get too much into that, but I've done a lot of cleaning. So, anyway, I sold these two games for $23.99, free shipping. And I think that's the last little combo of controllers. Some more Mary Kay. Oh no, here's the last one. So guys, that's like, even after shipping but before fees, that's like $80 just on controllers. And I haven't even sold the console or the games yet. Jerome Miller, hello. Usually sells Wii Sports and Resort bundle for $27. Good sellers. So I guess I may have undersold it. It did sell pretty quick, So yeah, maybe I could have squeezed a few more dollars out of it. This is some samples of Ed Hardy cologne, and I've sold. Let me take a look. If y'all see something you're not supposed to see, just keep it between us. Let's see. Cologne. I bought these little boxes from a cologne, I guess a salesman for the company, and they quit, and then they sold all their sample product. These are the ones I've already sold. So I sold, I paid $1 for each box. $17.99, $17.99, $13.99, and $38. So doing really well on these. Happy with it. They're real slow sellers. I think the Ed Hardy stuff has kind of run its course at this point, but still doing well. And if you can find a salesman that's selling salesman samples, like if you saw the hats that I picked up weekend before last, those were salesman samples also. Drop a card on them, because even if they don't work for that same company, chances are they're still selling stuff. And I think those guys move jobs a lot, and they're left with a bunch of free product they didn't pay for. So if they have your information, you can make some pretty good scores. So here is a PlayStation 2, and just the console only, $39.99 free shipping. Some more Proactive. I'm curious. I got to see, because I can't fit everything on my screen. Wow, 49 peak concurrent. So I don't know how many are in here now. Tell me in the chat how many are watching, because I can't really look. Men's Ed Hardy. Yeah, it's men's cologne. It's a bunch of little bitty. Let me go back. That's grandma wrinkles. That's pretty funny. It's a bunch. It's like 50 of these little packs, and each one of them, I don't know if I show it very well, has uh, this little vial, and on top is a little sprayer thing. So I guess you could get like maybe, 3 or 4 applications of out of each one of these little packs. So it's a good deal if you're into this stuff. Lonnie, do you get many sales from your IG account? That's a great question. That's something I was actually thinking about because I post on IG all the time. And if I do get any sales at all, 51 viewers. Man, that's good. That is so awesome. That's so awesome. Uh, so, 'cause I remember a long time ago, I would come on, I would get like maybe 15 to 20. And a lot of you guys probably remember it too. So, um, 51 is pretty good. So, anyway, what was I talking? Oh, Instagram. So I don't really post on Instagram to sell stuff. I post just to kind of share and to look at what and I know other people do sell there. Message me, blah blah, whatever. I've never been messaged about anything. Um, I would assume that it would have to help somehow because I tag all the stuff, and I pick up a ton of or a lot of followers on Instagram. Every time I put a new tag in, I'll get, depending on what the tag is, I'll get some new followers based on the tag. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm picking up sales from it or not. I might be picking up sales from this, from YouTube. So I don't know because people don't tell me. I'm sure that I've had buyers from YouTube. I've made a few direct sales here and there on YouTube, but Jason, you nailed it. Never pronounce the. What is that? As someone say, smash the like. Oh, the like button. Button. Is that how you say it? I can't. I'm not from up there, so I can't really say it like Mr. Reagan. Smash the like button. And guys, I quit asking people to hit like. I just did. And ever since I did that, I'm getting more dislikes. So maybe people like it when you ask for likes. But anyway, so this is a vintage Sony radio. And really cool. Not a high profit item. I paid, I can't remember. It was less than 5. And I liked it so much. I put it in my museum of stuff that I love, aka my product YouTube channel, because later on, so I don't have the radio anymore, I can go back and watch it and say, man, that was a badass radio, because it was. It's got the just great look, and it was made in 75. I looked it up, and yeah, I put that little video there, and somebody finally bought it. So I mean, it's not a bunch of money, but it's still like a high ROI. Because, a couple bucks in, 35 plus shipping out. So, and I really love, this is one of the types of things that I love, bringing it from a place that it was not wanted, which we talked about a little bit in the last, in the first reseller 6-pack, bringing it from a place where it was not wanted and was not cared about to, obviously, if this person paid 35 plus shipping, they love it. They're going to love it and they're going to take care of it. So, bringing it from a place where it's not loved to a place that is loved, so that's the service we provide and we charge for. Krillin says, who talks like that? That's Steve Rakin. Treasure Vintage says, I don't do that either. I never ask for likes. I don't, it doesn't bother me to ask for likes. I just don't care anymore. I mean, if people like it, I don't care if people hit like or dislike. I just want to do my thing. And I know a lot of y'all enjoy it, and some people don't, and we'll just let the chips fall where they may. But I have no beef with anybody that asks for likes. So if you're a YouTube content creator and you ask for likes, well, you keep on asking, because sometimes I forget, and when you ask, then I hit it. So it definitely makes sense. Treasure Vintage loves that radio too. Me and Angie see eye to eye on a lot of things. She loves the mid-century modern stuff, which that is not, but that's why I like watching some of the stuff on her channel, because we kind of are into the same thing. Okay, let me move on. Wow, I've been going. This is a long one. I felt like, I don't know. keep trying to pull back, and I keep babbling. Another PS2 Slim sold, no cables and no nothing. $39.99, free shipping. Kurt S saying volume low to others. Is the volume low, guys? I was kind of getting further and further back on the couch. 57 watching. Okay, sweet. That is good. I'm glad. If you're watching later, I'm glad about that too. Miss Ellie says, just subscribe. Deb said, check you out. Deb has been so awesome. She has been trying to promote the hell out of my channel lately. So I'm going to promote hers too. If you're watching this and you don't know who Deb Pinching Pesos is, go watch her. She's a good friend of mine now. We're fast friends. Fast, instant friends. So those are the best kind. 6 Halo games. They're not worth a lot individually. They're worth $20 to me and to this person that bought them grouped together plus shipping. I cheated. If you're a USPS employee, have mercy, please. I sent them out media. Volume fine here. Volume is I eat. Says 10K on the bay. Okay, good. I know sometimes it's low. I use this, golly, it's like a $70 mic, but it's got to be it's very directional in nature. So you got to use it just right. I think it sounds pretty good, but you have to be careful. This is that Nintendo actual console from that deal that I was talking about. And I sold console only, no wires or anything. $38, free shipping. So that means that we actually sold for about $32 because I boxed this thing up and then I shove it in a padded flat rate. Jason says, I usually hit the button before it starts. Love my YouTube reseller community. Me too, man. That's what it's all about. I used to have some crazy ass dreams of making money with this stuff. And I realized at some point that I'm not really going to make money. I think there's maybe, in the community, there might be maybe 10 people that are making like substantial amounts of money, and everybody else is, making a few dollars. But, it's not really the place to make money. It's a hobby. It's a hobby. So once I kind of resolved that with myself, then it kind of took all the pressure of I got to grow. I got to get likes and all that stuff. And now I'm just going to do what I want, and if I don't like I see stuff in the comments a lot of times now that I don't like, and instead of responding to it, I just block it, and it's a little liberating, it feels kind of good to not really give a shit, but I do give a shit, but I don't give a shit. I hope that makes sense. When by doing says you shipped in a Wii and a padded flat rate. Yes, I've been doing it for years. Golly, the boxes are way over. I ship it in. There's a box that's about that big. I bubble wrap the hell out of the Wii. And I do the same thing with the PS2 Slims. And then I shove it in that box. It's a priority box. We might be breaking the law or right on the edge of it, okay? Shove it in that box, and then you seal that up. And then a lot of times I'll put another wrap of bubble wrap around that box, and then I slide it into the priority bubble mailer, seal it up, and it's good, man. It is good, I promise you. I've done at least probably 25 to 30 Wii's like that over the past 3 years. Not one single problem, I promise you. And it only costs $6.50. So, 10K on the base says it's a great hobby and a bit of a journal. It is. You can capture your journey, sometimes I think back about, man, what was that thing that I bought and sold? And I go back and I look at my own stuff, because I don't always keep the pictures. I try, but Nick is saying, I think he's talking about his Atari game. Go check Nick's channel out, Nick Hill's channel, if you haven't seen it, because I can't describe it sufficiently. It's that hardhead Atari game that he's selling. It's crazy money. Nick, in a minute, I'm going to look it up. If you don't mind. Let me know in the chat if I can show it on the screen here. If you'd rather I didn't, that's cool too. So, 10K on the bay is saying those chess clocks sell for $40 all day. I tried, dude, I think I started this thing out at like $60 initially. I've had it for a long time. And then I've been ratcheting the price down. It's so clean, battery operated. It's a little different because it's Seiko, made in Japan. A lot of chess clocks are made in Germany. And I love chess stuff. I used to be a big chess nut myself, big chess nerd. At night, I would have fun by reading chess books. So I love bringing that part of my life to reselling. I bought this for a couple of bucks and sold it for 30 plus shipping. I've done pretty well with the chess stuff, and it's something I really enjoy selling. And interesting chess pieces. All your standard classic stuff you don't want to sell. If you can find like a lot of chess books, those can do well. Obviously, the chess clocks. A lot of the chess stuff is pretty good sellers. Not always super fast, but I've never. Oh, another thing, electronic chess games, like they have like a lot of times LCD built in, and you have to like press the piece down and move to a square, and then the computer will flash on the board where to move its piece and this and that. You see those a lot out there. Buy those, guys. Oh, and look, Nick says sure, no problem. The crazy card's saying don't half-ass your shit, Lonnie. I try not to, man. I'm trying to flip stuff though. Sometimes I sell it too low. Will you take less? Says chess it so well. Oh, the listing. Oh, Nick says the listing is on 1,129 watchers. God, 19,275 views. Okay, Good Use Goods is saying, and I love chess. Just sold Phantom Force chess for $250. I saw that in in one of his videos, Good Use Goods videos. I've never sold one quite that high, but I have sold them pretty high before. So he had an extra special one. So if you want to see what that auction is doing, and this is kind of a historic auction, or it is a historic auction. Just search Atari Hardhead. It'll pull up this crazy number. Atari stuff typically does not sell for much, as I'm sure that Nick can attest to. It's currently at 4,900. I guess Great Britain pounds. Is that what that means? I know it's pounds, which is the equivalent of 6,377 US dollars. It is so nuts. And okay, look here. It's handwritten, the label. Go watch. I don't want to go through all that though. Go watch Nick's channel, and he breaks it all down. What's going on? It's pretty historic time for the video game collectors to have that out there. So, but Nick, best of luck, man, getting paid and that auction ending at like 10 grand or whatever. So I hope you do well, and I hope you actually get paid. I know it's got to be like a happy time and a very stressful time for you. Okay, let me look into the chat. $20 a month, but they're going public. What is that? Oh, Worth Point. Okay. Okay, I'm looking through the chat real quick. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything super duper important. Okay. All right, so let me move on. This is a Game Boy game shipped out today, as a matter of fact, and I got $23.99 plus shipping, and I don't think I half-assed this one. I charged a little more because it had a manual, which is kind of uncommon, and in the Batman game. So these Game Boy games typically aren't worth a whole lot compared to like SNES games or NES games, but some of them do pretty well. It's another box of samples. Some more Mary Kay, some lipstick. Kinetic Energy says getting paid and the feedback on it. I would be so damn nervous. I would too, man. And I know Nick is. Nick has got to be stressed out. And I know he's catching some flack at Atari age. Most of them are pretty cool. Most of them see you're just a straight up, you're a reseller, honest, all that. You've been doing it a long time. But there's a couple of them in there that are pretty, some of the high and mighty collectors that don't think that we should be able to make a profit, even though they love talking about how much the games are worth and all that. But I don't want to get into that. There are some trolls. There are some trolls there. So this is a bread and butter item for sure for me. Sony Handycam 8mm do the best, and I tried to get $130 for this for a couple of weeks, and I thought somebody would pop on it, and they didn't. I mean, it's got 3 tapes, it's got the camcorder, it's got the video embedded. It should have everything going for it, but it took a little longer, and I had to sell it for a little less than I wanted. But I got $100, and I paid $5. It was at a bag sale. She gave me the bag price, even though it wouldn't fit in a bag, so $5. So look out for the Sony Handycams. I sell probably, I don't know, 3 of these a month. Idaho Hillbilly is saying, what is the name of Nick's channel? Idaho Hillbilly, if you just search Nick Hills, it'll pop up. But I think it's called Nick and Andrea Hills. And the Crazy Card says, I would not sleep if I had something approaching 10K. I know, I wouldn't either, dude. I would be like sitting there with a cup of coffee or maybe a beer and just refresh, sweat dripping down my face. Nick says, everyone's entitled to their opinion, but mine is the only one that's right. I know you don't really believe that, but in that thread, I would agree with you. Here's some more Mary Kay, and this buyer bought 1, 2, 3 of them, and okay, and that's Nick's thing there. So, guys, that is everything I sold this week. It was a little slow. Like on Monday, I did pretty good during the week, but on this Monday yesterday, I had, I think, 9 packages going out, and I've been around like the 20-something package mark quite a bit on Mondays. So a lot of it's my fault, but you know, I don't know if that summer slowdown that I keep hearing about is finally just catching up with me, or if it's just me being a little lazy with listing or what. I hope y'all are doing a little better. Oh, do Crazy Car, the half-ass comment about you giving a shit about you. Yeah, and you know, man, I mean, I still am not going to let it fly. Like, if I don't like somebody, I'm not here to, you know, say I don't like you, like this person or that person or whatever, or tell other people who to watch. But I have in the past, I'll admit, left some opinions out for fear of offending some people. And I might still do that because I don't want to be an asshole, you know, but sometimes I think I do need to speak my mind a little more. So let me look in the comments again. And I think, guys, I'm about to roll out. Look, Rebel Scum says, I've had good sales this week. As far as I know, Rebel Scum is primarily a video game reseller. And I don't think there is a slow time for those guys. So 10K is out. So if 10K is leaving, I am leaving too. Guys, I want to thank y'all very much for watching. And don't forget, go try and win a ticket to the reseller rally if you can make it. If you can make it, go win it. And just go back to my last video for details. And then come back on Thursday, even if you didn't enter, and you can watch the fun. We're going to do a random draw. I'm going to put all the names into one of those random website picker things, and I'll do the drawing live. And should be a lot of fun. I don't know what we're going to talk about. I haven't talked to Mike and Glenn a ton over the past week, so we have some catching up to do anyway. So, guys, I will see y'all Thursday. I really enjoyed this chat with you guys that are live, and if you're watching later, thank you also. So take care, guys. Bye-bye.